Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video here on iStarly TV. We had a brand new trailer here at the beginning of October, I guess kind of the beginning of October. So I'm recording this on the day of the trailer. I'm not sure when I'll post it. I might post it the same exact day, I might post it a few days later, a week later, etc. When the last trailer dropped, I made like 4 videos and then I ended up posting them over the course of like a month without really meaning to. Anyways, with that being said, we have some news from the trailer. It was pretty long, it was 14 minutes, and they showed a lot of fun new features and new gameplay footage from the games. But as far as like new pieces of information that are like absolutely newsworthy, there honestly weren't too many, I would say. One of them, however, is one that I would really like to talk about, and I would like to get some discussion going about it. This is the ability to craft TMs in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think the kind of hidden piece of news in that is, once again, TMs are breakable in a Pokemon game. We had a good run of infinite TMs. I don't know why they feel the need to do this to us. So starting in Gen 5, I think it was, TMs became infinite use. Once you got a TM, you could use it on your Pokemon, and you could use it on another Pokemon, and then you could use it on another Pokemon, and it would never go away. And I think this ended in Gen 8, I believe, because in Gen 7, in Sun and Moon, I do believe they were still infinite use. Once Gen 8 came along, Sword and Shield, we still had TM. Now, to be fair, I guess, in all technicality, no pun intended, technically, TMs were still infinite use in Sword and Shield. However, they added TRs as well, which were obtainable through raids mostly, and which were breakable. And of course, as you would guess, the TR moves were mostly very, very good, mostly superior to the TM moves. Like the TR moves had like Ice Beam and Thunderbolt and Flamethrower, basically the moves that you would want to use infinitely because you would want to teach them to multiple Pokemon because they're very good. Those were the ones that were in TRs and they were breakable. To be fair though, to continue to be fair, I guess, it was somewhat easy to collect TRs. Like if you just kept doing raids over and over, like I ended up with, maybe 20 or something Dragon Dance TMs or, 20 Earthquake TMs. It's not that hard to accumulate TRs, the ones that you need, but it's still frustrating when they are one-time use. And now it looks like TMs, it doesn't mention anything about TRs, so I don't know if TRs are coming back. However, in the trailer, it shows a new item a new location, I guess you could say, a new machine, a new device, I guess is what they're calling it, which is located in every Pokemon Center, called a TM machine. You read that right. This is called the Technical Machine Machine. It's literally called the Technical Machine Machine because Rotom says that when you approach it. It says, this is the Technical Machine Machine. So I think that's kind of partially a joke that they're doing, like that they're calling it that, but it's funny, but it's also annoying because again, you have to craft TMs. So each TM, it shows a list of them. It actually just shows images of them, which I do think is really cool. But the only one that we see for sure is Rest, the move Rest, where you sleep for 2 turns and completely heal. That's a TM that you can craft. And in order to craft these TMs, you need resources. One of those resources is called LP, or League Points. And the other resource seems like it'll be probably different depending on the TMs you craft. In the image they show, it shows question marks next to the image, but then I think later on they show they show you collecting this item in the wild. I forgot what it's called. It's like something fluffy. It has to do with a Pokemon. I forgot which Pokemon it was. It's an old Pokemon, but basically it shows that there will be other resources that you'll collect throughout the game, and you'll be able to use these resources to craft TMs, as well as League Points. League Points, as it says, or LP for short, are obtained as you advance through the story or by trading in materials from Pokemon. So basically they're just adding more resources to the game. maybe needlessly. I mean, the league points thing is kind of cool, especially if you can use league points for a lot of other things in the game. I think that could be kind of an interesting currency, and you know, basically as you progress the story, you get more and more league points. I'm sure once you complete certain tasks, you'll get more league points. In this image, it shows that in order to craft the rest TM, it costs 400 league points, and the trainer in the video has 9,662 league points. So they have plenty of league points to make the TMs that they want, I think. But still, it's going to be another resource, another grind, really. Though they did show a little bit more in the Let's Go mode, which I talked about in one of my previous videos. That was announced in the last trailer, which is where you can send out a Pokemon from your team and basically have it complete auto battles. They showed more gameplay for that. Basically, they sent out one of their Pokemon, because there was a wild Pokemon in front of them. They sent out one of their Pokemon, and that Pokemon basically instantly defeated the wild Pokemon and got experience and rewards from doing so. I think that's great. I think that that's exciting because it shows that it makes the game a little bit less grindy. Sure, there's still a grind element to it, and I imagine that is a way that you could do some EV training, which I think will be cool. So it's basically once you have like Macho Brace and like, I don't know, a power item equipped or something, or Pokerus or whatever, maybe you just got to run through the open world and defeat, you know, 25 Venonats quickly, and you can do it basically instantly. And each time you defeat them, you get, you know, maybe 10 EVs or whatever, right? So we'll see how it ends up kind of playing out as far as like, you know, EV training and all of that. But my point here is, you know, at the end of the day, I am annoyed that we have to craft I mean, I like crafting stuff. It's kind of fun. It's fun collecting resources, but it depends on how grindy this becomes. I've said in the past, and I continue to say, that I do not mind grinding in games like this, and I, in fact, enjoy it a lot of the time. But when it comes to TMs, I mean, I just wish we didn't. I just wish, you know, if they were going to introduce league points, if they were going to introduce other resources that we could spend on certain things, I wish we could just use it on other stuff. I wish TMs were infinite still, and we wouldn't have to worry about losing TMs, you know, because then it makes it hard, like, okay, especially when you're making competitive Pokemon, because you're like, okay, I have an Earthquake TM, and that's a really good move. Earthquake is a really good move, and I have 3 Pokemon that can learn it, and that would benefit from knowing Earthquake. So I have to decide which one to use. This was a real big problem in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, where it was very difficult to get TMs. You only got one of each TM. I think you could get more than one, but it was like extremely rare or extremely difficult to do. And so basically you had to be really sparing with how you used your Thunderbolt TM or your Ice Beam TM or Earthquake, etc., right? All the good moves, you had to be really thrifty with how you used it. And I'll be honest, I eventually ended up using the cloning glitches that were in BDSP in order to get multiples of those TMs, because I just didn't want to grind for it. It just was not worth it. So again, we have 2 examples now. Sword and Shield, you know, it was somewhat easy to get TRs for the most part. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it was absolutely not easy or fun to get multiples of the same TMs that you needed. So we have those 2 examples. I hope this is closer to Sword and Shield with how easy it is to get certain TMs. But I mean, yeah. And I also wonder too, if you have to learn the recipes. I would imagine that's the case. Like, you have to learn the recipe to craft Ice Beam. Because if you can just craft them at any point, I mean, then you could just craft Thunderbolt right away and teach it to your Pokemon. Although at the same time, maybe in order to craft Thunderbolt, for example, maybe you need some rare resources that you won't find until later in the game or something. I don't know. I think that this is interesting, but at the same time, I'm just worried about it, and I wish that we did not have to craft TMs. I wish that we did not lose our TMs once we use them. But I know I'm just kind of rambling. That's kind of what the point of this video was just to talk about this feature and talk about TMs in general. So I am very interested in hearing what you think. Do you hate this? Do you wish that we would just get infinite TMs like we did in Black and White, X and Y, Sun and Moon? Or do you not mind it? And do you think the grind is fairly easy like in Sword and Shield? Or are you somewhere in between? Please let me know. I am legitimately interested in hearing what you have to think, what you have to say, and please comment that below. I'll be responding to some of your comments. Also, please like and subscribe if you are interested and you'd like to see more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. We are quickly gaining some decent subscribers. I mean, you know, I'm at 30,000 now, which is amazing. I'm really happy about that. But we're trickling up day after day, and I'm really happy for that. So thank you all very much for that. And please just like and subscribe and comment and click the bell icon and all the usual stuff. I love seeing you here. I love talking to you all, and I can't wait to continue to do that. We have Scarlet and Violet coming out in about a month, a little bit over a month. I'll see you then. Well, I'll see you before then, but have a great day.